You're free to lie your ass off. You can say stupid answers to these that nobody's gonna believe, but at the end of the day, answer these questions for yourself, to yourself, and see how the answers make you feel.
Huh. Challenge accepted. Bring it on. Hey everyone, it's Sky from Arthritis to Athlete here, and recently I came across this video in my recommended feed that was just too good not to respond to. The video is titled 7 Questions Vegans Can't Answer Without Lying. Now, I am aware that Vegan Gains, as well as some other people, did this before me that I wasn't aware of, but I feel like I bring some unique perspective to the table. And plus, this video is just too hilarious not to share. Now, to be fair, this video is kind of all in good fun because of just how ridiculous these questions are. You'll see. But that being said, I still will be dropping some knowledge. So to the creator of this video, if you happen to be watching, just know that I don't hate you as a person, I don't dislike you, but I will be sharing my personal experience, and I can promise you, I won't lie. Also, just a quick note here, if you enjoy my videos or my channel as a whole, please consider dropping a like and a comment and sharing my videos with other people. That lets YouTube know that, hey, this guy's putting out some pretty decent stuff, we should promote it to more people. So without any more talk, let's jump right into it.
How often do you dream about eating non-vegan food?
To be totally honest, never.
I follow that up with a second question, which would be, if so, how often?
Again, literally never. I know I can't speak for everybody when I say this, but me personally, I've never had a dream like this. I'm sure the creator of this video would just say that either I'm lying or I can't remember the dream, and you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe I have had these kind of dreams and I just don't remember them. Here's the problem with that. In what way are dreams like the ultimate signifier of how things should be or a picturesque reality? Like, dude, people have some whack as heck dreams. I've personally had dreams of like where I and my whole family die in a car crash. Does that mean that's like good or the way things should be? Does that mean it has any meaning? No. This idea of dreams being like a signifier of some underlying like greater desire or ultimate wish is something that was kind of thought of by Sigmund Freud and has kind of been dismissed by the psychology community for, I don't know, a really long time. Like I said, people have really whack dreams about a lot of different things. That doesn't mean it's like their inner desire or wish to have those things. So no, I've never had, a wet dream about cheese. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that.
Number 3, how often do you eat or use fake meat, fake milk, fake butter, fake eggs, or fake cheeses?
Again, literally never. Not even once in the time that I've called myself vegan.
Now, like I said, you can be a total asshole and just say, "Oh, I don't dream about any non-vegan foods, I'm perfect, send my ass to vegan heaven."
She's talking about me. That's me, guys.
You could also lie and say, "Well, I don't eat fake meat, and I don't eat fake milk, and I don't eat fake butter, I only eat kale and vegetables, because that's how you do veganism appropriately."
That's exactly what I sound like. Okay, in all seriousness, I know that I definitely don't speak for everybody when I say this, but yeah, it might come as a surprise to you, but I have never, in the time that I would have called myself vegan, I've never ate or drank fake milk, fake cheese, fake butter, fake meat, ever. Like I said, I obviously don't speak for everybody, and obviously vegans do sometimes eat these products, but like, why does that matter? Like, some non-vegans I know actually choose the plant-based burgers or cheeses sometimes just because they like them better. But I'm not gonna go out and say that's because they have some crazy internal desire and they were just made to eat these fake meat products. I just think this is ridiculous. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see how this disproves anything about a plant-based diet or veganism at all. In fact, a lot of these products like Beyond Meat and the Impossible Burger, their main consumer base actually isn't vegans. It's not even people who eat a predominant plant-based diet. It's actually people who don't.
4, this is a really, really good question. Have you ever thought that something tasted too good to be vegan?
Nope.
or somebody didn't read the label appropriately and you trusted them and it wasn't actually vegan and you could tell because it tasted too good.
It's almost like a comedy. No, that hasn't happened to me.
But no, go ahead and leave a comment and say, you don't like the taste of animal products. You don't eat any fake animal products, and you sure as hell don't dream about eating anything but a salad.
Well, like I already said, those things haven't happened to me. But if I had some crazy weird mind reading device, I'd give it to you so you can see that I'm not lying. And also this argument of like, do you like the taste of animal products? Well, first off, I know some non-vegans who don't like the taste of meat or don't like the taste of milk or fill in the blank. And also, there's so much wrong with this. I mean, is this not like readily apparent to people watching? Let me know if it's not. I'm sorry if this is news to you, but taste pleasure is not the ultimate decider of what is good and what is bad. One of my favorite foods before I went vegan, cottage cheese. I love that stuff. I'll bet you I'd still like it. But when I consume stuff like that, especially concentrated dairy protein like that, my joints inflame up like within 2 or 3 hours. It's crazy how fast it happens. So maybe I'm just one isolated case here. I'm N of 1. Obviously, it's just an anecdote, but it's in line with the scientific consensus here. Guys, just because something fits your taste pleasure, that doesn't mean your body was made to eat it or something like that.
Hey Brittany, how's that diet going? Oh, it's going alright. But there is this one thing. I really feel like I just can't live without those mini powdered donuts. You know the ones. You know, I heard this one girl on the internet say that if you're craving something on a diet, that means your body like needs it or something. You know what, Susan? That makes so much sense, actually. I feel so much better now. Thanks, girl.
I think I've made my point. Let's keep going. What are we on? Question number 5 now? And I still haven't lied.
Number 5. Do you feel personally offended when you encounter an ex-vegan? This might be like a small red flag for some people, but ultimately, like, this is a serious issue. You might want to evaluate why.
You know, she's so assumptuous. It's like, I know you felt this way, and no, I just really haven't. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should be sorry or not. No, I haven't. Yeah, I agree with you here. If you encounter somebody who just was vegan, they just decided not to be vegan, and you feel personally offended, and you just get like, ugh, you just get angry, then yeah, like, you might want to evaluate that. But that sounds like a personal problem and not something that has to do with, you know, eating plants, eating healthy food. How are they related? Where is this video going? I don't know. Now, I'm sure there's actually people who feel this way in the world with, 7-something billion people. There's bound to be at least a couple. But again, like, how does this have to do with eating plants? This is a personal problem, not a veganism problem.
Number 6. How do you feel when you see children or hear adults say that they don't like vegetables, that they don't eat vegetables, or that they don't like fruits and vegetables? Do you feel personally attacked? Do you feel personally offended when that happens?
No, again, I don't feel personally attacked when somebody says, oh, I don't like broccoli, or I don't like vegetables. To be quite honest, if an adult tells me that they don't eat any vegetables, I'm kind of like, well, dude, you kind of need to grow up a little bit. You're like 20, 30 something years old. You really don't eat any vegetables ever? Like, you need to expand a little bit. If you're past your 20s or 30s and literally eat no vegetables, you kind of need to, you know, grow up a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to make a personal judgment on you or anything, but come on, guys. And as for kids not liking vegetables, well, I hate to break it to you, but oftentimes taste preferences are usually inherited, not through genes, but actually through, well, households and families. I don't think it's any surprise that, you know, people in the developed world don't eat particularly health-promoting diets in general, and they sure as heck don't eat enough vegetables. And obviously that's going to translate to children, because if the adults don't eat them, they're not gonna cook them very often to, you know, serve them to their kids. I mean, this is kind of common knowledge. Kids don't like vegetables because, well, they never get fed vegetables. Obviously, the highly rich foods that they often do get fed, you know, high in meat, eggs, dairy products, as well as processed foods, they're a little richer, and obviously vegetables aren't gonna taste so good in comparison. I mean, this isn't crazy hard stuff to understand.
Seventh and final question is, do you feel, or have you had an increasing amount of the feelings of, say, misanthropy or psychopathy? So do you hate other people? Do you hate the world? Do you wish bad things on people? So are you so jaded by veganism that you want to be completely isolated because you hate people? And is that hatred creeping into being a psychopath and wishing them to die and wishing people to be raped and murdered because they use animal products? Is your veganism causing you to hate humanity and lose your faith in humanity as a whole?
I'm sorry. I need a minute. No, and a million times. No. Honestly, I'm no psychology expert, and I'm not meaning this in an offensive way, but this sorta sounds like, I don't know, projection much? Like, you can't just be so assumptuous that vegans all hate humanity and they're just total misanthropes and they want to kill people, because that's absolutely not true. I'm sorry, I was just watching this and I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is so out there and so ridiculous, but I'm still gonna answer honestly here. Like I said, no. If anything, switching to a whole foods plant-based diet actually helped me to become a little more hopeful for the world. Maybe that's because I'm not in physical pain all the time. That's probably a lot of it. But it's kind of just icing on the cake. I was already a pretty hopeful person, and this is just icing on the cake. I understand what she means, though. Obviously, when people are in this plant-based community, they have a little bit more clarity into the issues surrounding some of our world's biggest problems, like environmental degradation. You know, animal agriculture has been known to emit more greenhouse gases than the entire transportation sector combined. It's also one of the driving factors behind deforestation, species extinction, and water pollution, as well as many other things. And also, obviously, vegans don't like the idea of animals being exploited and killed and bred into existence on the scale of hundreds of billions just so we can eat them for taste pleasure. Like, I can see how that does make somebody, you know, a little bit, maybe not trust in humanity that much, maybe a little misanthropic. You know, I do sometimes have these kind of thoughts where it's like, man, humanity really needs to get on the right track. I mean, we are getting on the right track. We're moving in the right direction. Maybe not fast enough, but hey, we're doing our part, right? But really, I was already a pretty hopeful and joyful person to start with, and I still am. You know, eating a plant-based diet and getting free of pain and, you know, being able to live my life again and finding newfound hope in, you know, being able to help all these environmental catastrophes that are happening all over the world. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just icing on the cake. I'm even more hopeful. I think that would make at least some sort of sense to most people. Anyway, so there you have it. That's 7 questions that vegans can't answer, answered by your very own vegan. Again, like I said, this video is kind of all in good fun. I don't hate anybody if you have these kinds of opinions. I just hope that we can agree to disagree and that we don't have to just continually fight about it, because really, we just need less of that in the world. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you got any value out of this video, please consider adding value back to my channel by liking, commenting, and hitting that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon next to it. That helps my channel out a bunch. Lets YouTube know that, hey, he's putting out good stuff. You should promote this to more people. Alright, until next time, you guys know I love you guys. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.